Dr. Zuhdi Jasser is with us now. Dr. Jasser is a Muslim. He's frequently appeared on Fox News and on my own program on Fox Business. Zuhdi, welcome to the program. We do not know, we have not confirmed who these shooters are, and we will not speculate about it. But it's, again, it is another horrifying terror attack with an enormous impact in Europe. Go.
It really does, Stuart, because what they're trying to do is rip apart our society from within, cause us to be on defense, disruption, if you will, and it's become, if this is Islamist-inspired, which it may be, it's going to show that Nice and Paris and Brussels and now this attack are all about taking countries that welcomed Muslims, like Germany, probably the largest influx of refugees, taking them and making them pay a price to be on defense. And this is what's going to happen as long as we don't have a strategy. And as long as we aren't monitoring the precursor ideologies. We can't predict when all of a sudden a shooter's going to walk into a mall. There's no way to protect them from that unless we are following their websites, their social traffic. Are they supporters of the Taliban? Are they supporters of ISIS or radical ideologies that so far in our countering violent extremism narrative is not on the radar? Countering violent Islamism would be. And this is where, hopefully, we're going to finally learn these lessons.
We're just hearing now from the Munich police. Hold on a second, Dr. Jasser. We're just hearing from Munich police other reports of shooting elsewhere in the city of Munich. The shooting started at the OEZ shopping mall. And now we've got reports from the German police, the police there in Munich, of at least 2 other shooting incidents away from that shopping mall, the Olympia shopping center that you can see in the middle of your screens. This could be that the police have cornered maybe one of the suspects or 2 of the suspects. We don't know that for sure, but they are saying there are other shooting incidents in the city. John Rafferty. That's the worst possible news. Well, that means that the entire city is open ground, essentially, for shooters.
Absolutely. And until these people are arrested and stopped, I mean, this is going to be a long night for the German police department. And we don't know, who else is involved. So you have these 3 people, but you still have not connected the dots of where they're from, who they're affiliated with, and, what could be on the horizon after this incident.
I keep going back to the impact on that city. Not so much on Europe, but that particular city. That is a major German city.
Absolutely.
They're on lockdown. It's just 10:40 at night there now. Unless they catch these shooters and clear this thing up, that's on lockdown for some time to come with an enormous impact.
Well, unfortunately, this is what you have to do with these instances. You can't open up the roads, you can't open up the city and put people's lives in danger. As long as it takes, that's what they're going to do until this is cleared.
Okay, I want to go back to the very beginning. It's now 10:40 in Munich. That means that this incident is approximately 5 hours old. 5 hours ago, the first report came in of shots fired at this shopping mall. The first report was that it was a fast food operation at the shopping mall. And we have since received video of a man coming out of a McDonald's shooting. It's pretty brutal video. If we're going to show it, we'll give you due warning, because it's a very difficult thing to watch. This is terror in action. A man firing his gun. There we go. He's coming out of the McDonald's, and he raises the gun, and there are people coming towards him, and he's firing. Now, whether he's firing at those people, but they're certainly running away. The camera then goes wild. That was about 2 hours, 3 hours ago that we got that video and first started to see what was happening. Since then, the police have closed, virtually sealed off the center of Munich. They've closed the railroad center. They've shut down the entire transit system. They have closed down highways north of the city. Evidently, they're trying to get to grips with the 2 or 3 shooters still on the loose. And now we have reports from the Munich police that essentially there are other shots being fired elsewhere in the city with at least 2 other incidents. Whether that means they've cornered the suspects or not, we don't know at this time. Zuhdi Jasser, come on in, please, because this puts Muslims in an exceptionally difficult position. All eyes turn to you. There's an immediate speculation that it's Muslims that have done this. You're in a very difficult position.
Well, I think, one of the things I want to bring attention to, Fox News reported a few days ago about a billboard in New Jersey that said, Muslim to Muslim, see something, say something. The vast majority of Muslims are beginning to wake up. The problem is there were some groups like CARE that responded and said, oh, that implies that we don't report anything. I think one of the reasons you're seeing in Munich right now this type of response is they're remembering the security services are saying, wait, in Paris, that same cell committed an act 4 months later from November to March with two of the brothers that escaped and went to Belgium to commit another act. Why? Because they were protected by certain enemy neighborhoods that were not reporting, and it took fingerprints and other things to finally find them. So now we need to engage Muslims to demand that they start becoming, you know, the neighborhoods no longer protect, and most neighborhoods do not. But it's important to, and I think what they're trying to do now is prevent that type of sheltering that may happen.
Okay, Zudi Jasser, thank you very much indeed for being with us today. We have